What's up, guys? Rick from Rick's Rock School. Today we're tackling the epic 2113, an homage to Rush. And I was gonna get right into it without telling a story, but I'm gonna tell a story because I gotta tell you about the most epic thing I ever saw at any concert ever. And I'm not gonna talk about a Coheed concert. I'm going to talk about the holy triumvirate Rush. The reason why we're here today, the reason why this song exists in the first place. It's an homage to the epic power trio that is Rush, one of my favorite bands of all time. I was lucky enough to see them 4 times, but I'm going to tell you about the first time. Hershey, Pennsylvania, Hershey Stadium. If anybody was there, about 2010, Rush at Hershey Stadium. Shout it out in the comments. Epic show, first time seeing Rush. The concert was epic, but that's not the only epic part here, because like any other band, live band, they had amp stacks all over the place, and Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson and amp stacks. But flanking Neil Peart's drum set were 2, I want to say about 12, 13 foot tall rotisserie ovens. Can't make this up. Neil Peart, drumming god bless him, R.I.P., of the whole deal. Neil Peart, drumming god, he's flanked by these 2 12-foot rotisserie ovens. And in these rotisserie ovens were about a dozen chickens each. He's flanked by 24 roasting chickens. And we're watching it, and about 2 hours in, they're playing Subdivision, and the fat kid in me is looking, and I'm watching, and I'm mesmerized by these rotating chickens. And I'm like, why are there chickens? They're playing Subdivisions. I'm watching this. They cut the concert. We'll be right back. And the crew comes out and they wheel the chickens off the stage. And I'm like, Rush left 2 hours into the concert. There's no opening band, by the way. 2 hours in, Rush leaves. The chickens exit stage left. The chickens are now gone. And 15,000 people are sitting there like this. And, they got Back in Black playing on the PA system, the whole deal. The chickens are gone. Rush took a lunch break halfway through this concert. They ate the chickens, band, crew, chickens gone. They come back, they play for 2 more hours. They did 2112, they did Limelight, they did Tom Sawyer, they did everything that you would want to hear at a Rush concert and more. Loved it. So Rush, an epic, the only band I ever saw take a lunch break halfway through a concert. That is some next level stuff. So an homage to Rush. Shout out to Luis Ramirez, dude. I'm sorry this took me so long. He wanted me to do 2113 so bad, and I'm happy to do it. He's out there working at the hospitals on the front line. So dude, thank you to you. And anybody else on the front line, look, as my holiday gift, anybody who works on the front line, wants to take a guitar lesson one-on-one over Zoom, I have some times available to anybody out there, any healthcare worker, senior care professional out there on the front lines, keeping everybody safe and risking their own life. Free Zoom lessons for you guys this month. Just reach out to me and I'll find a time to do that for you guys. Let's jump into it. Thanks again, Luis. 2113, guys. It starts off with just one of my favorite chord voicings, a major 6. This is an E flat major 6. It's mostly reserved as a jazz chord. You'll hear this on a lot of Miles Davis stuff, but of course, Coheed will go ahead, we can do that too. So here's how we play that opening chord. Pinky finger is gonna go, by the way, we are in drop D. Tune your E string to a D. Your pinky finger is gonna go to the 6th fret of the A, that's your E flat. Your middle finger is gonna go to the 5th fret of the D string. Your ring finger is gonna go to the 5th fret of the G. Your first finger is gonna go to the 4th fret of the B. So it's like an A minor. The best way I can describe this, play an A minor shape, then put your pinky here. And what they do is they're gonna hit the 2 middle notes in the chord on the D string and the G string 3 times. And then rip into that E flat major 6 and do it again. And then we're coming right out into this. So you got your first finger on the 5th fret. This is gonna form a minor 6, these intervals, minor 6 here. Coheed used this a lot. Right? Minor minor 6th. 5th fret D string and the 8th fret of the G. So there you go. Always works nice with the power chord too. So 5th fret D, 8th fret G, and we're gonna play them one note at a time. Got that bounciness to it. I'm going down, down, up. So my picking pattern, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Then we're gonna do it, you can do that 8 times and then bring it down to the 4th fret. When you come back, you go 8 times here, 8 times on the 5th fret, 8 times on the 4th fret, then they're gonna play this. So we get 5th fret of the D to the 8th fret of the G. First finger, pinky finger, and then go. So 5, 8, 5, 8, 7. Your notes there are gonna be G to E flat, G, E flat, D. We'll do that twice. Claudio's gonna go back there. That's gonna be that verse riff. 8 times, 8 times, 8 times, 8 times. We're gonna play that through the verse. There's a lick, really cool lick that Travis is gonna play here. I'm playing this with my middle finger and pinky finger. We're gonna go C, D, C. That's the 13th fret of the B string. Hammer on to the 15th fret. And then pull off to the 13th fret. 15G to the 12G with our first finger. So you're gonna go 13E and then 16B. So keep that in mind, and he's gonna repeat that. They got an effect on the bass that sounds like chicken picking, the whole deal, a lot of weird stuff. Again, it's an homage to Rush, and they had chickens on stage, chicken picking. I don't know. Maybe I'm grasping at straws. I don't know. But look, Rush was a weird band. And what a badass. It's not just the chickens. I mean, Geddy Lee was raised by Holocaust survivors, guys. There's nothing more badass than a Holocaust survivor. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah to everybody. And he was raised by badasses and grew up to be a badass and played bass and keyboards and sang. And there's a reason why there's an homage to Geddy Lee's band here. So again, happy Hanukkah, happy holidays to everybody. We are gonna go right into our pre-chorus from this. So you got your verse there. Claudio going do-do-do, do-do-do, all that good stuff. That lead again, one more time. And we'll pull us into the pre-chorus, what I would call the pre-chorus. So we have an E flat here. E flat power chord, 6A and 8D. And what he's gonna do, we're gonna play from that. You can keep that right hand going, keep your timing going. He's gonna add 2 intervals here. He's gonna add the major 7 to make this an E flat major 7 triad. It's the 1st, the 5th, and the 7th. And that 7th is a D note, okay? So you have the 7th fret of the G. So we'll go 6A, 8D, and 7G. So we get. So when we're chugging on this, we're gonna take our pinky finger and then play an octave. There's another E flat here on the 8th fret of the G. So listen to that accent. Okay, so then we're gonna play it in reverse. Backwards, so then you get the octave to the 7th on that next accent. Then we're gonna go the 7th, the octave, the 7th again, and then we have a power chord here, a drop D power chord on the 5th fret of the E string, makes that a G power chord, just your first finger on the top 2 strings there. And we'll just It rocks. It rocks. And we're only like a third of the way through this song. It rocks. The triads, of course, I've done all the lessons on triads that I've shouted it ad nauseum at you guys, but the secret to Travis's playing is that he's really good. He knows his triads. He knows his triads, and he knows that the chord tones in these triads are the secret to being a good melodic player. So what he's doing over this, he's giving us a triad. It's a D-shaped triad, but it's over here, 5, 6, 5. That makes it an F major triad. He goes. He's just gonna play E string, B string, G string. We could also go first, instead of playing it like a D shape, it'd probably be easier to go first finger flat across these 3 strings, and we'll go. Then we'll add a pinky over here to the C note on the 8th fret of the E. So we'll go. And that's all over. When Claudio gets back to E flat, we're gonna take this line, but we're gonna play it over here. So it's gonna be the 1st fret of the B string to the 3rd fret. Pull off. 3rd fret G is a B flat to the open G string. So we have, and then to the 3rd fret of the E. And that's again over here. When you get back here, there's your triads there. So 2 triad chords. Other things, there's a lot of just floating guitar lines. So forgive me if I forget 1 or 2 of them. But another thing he does is this cool running thirds exercise. There's a running. Something I show to all of my students, and something that every guitar player should know how to do, is run intervals. These are all thirds. So we went 5 on the G to the 7 to 8 on the D. Then we go 5G to 7D. You should start to see a pattern develop. 8D, 5D, 7D, 8A, 5 on the D to 6A, the E flat note. Travis will also play that while all of this is going on. So that's our pre-chorus and that's our verse. They're gonna bring it back to. Bring it back to all of that and the. Bring it back to that line as well. Do the pre-chorus again, but this time, at the end of our pre-chorus, they're gonna drop into an open, drop D power chord. That's gonna bring us, we're gonna change the key from a D minor to a D major here. So song gets a little happier here. It's because there's a key change. We're gonna rock up into this. While that drop D is going on, Travis is going to play some octave chords. If you know how to play an octave chord, you go 10A and 12G. We're gonna block the D string out entirely. It's like a power chord, but 1 string further apart. 10 and 12, A and G. Slide back to 9 and 11, then back up to 9, 11 to 10 and 12. So, and then we'll go from the 7 and 9 to back to 9 and 11. So, over that drop D, and here's your chorus. So we're gonna play the drop D power chord on the 9th fret, and add your pinky to the 12th fret of the D. So we get. So it's like one of those minor sixths again. The F sharp and the D. This note in the bass. Regular drop D power chord on the 7th fret to the 5th fret. Now we're gonna play it on the 4th fret, and we're gonna accent with the middle finger playing the D note on the 5th fret of the A string. Epic. I love it. right, so that is your chorus, and now it brings us into a whole another dimension. If you haven't actually listened to 2112 before, Rush epic, where some guy in a world where there is no music inexplicably picks up a guitar that he finds as an artifact for the first time ever seeing one in his life, and somehow knows how to tune it and play it already. It is an epic piece of music, and this is kind of an homage. It definitely is an homage to everything that kind of goes on there. We're also going to hit some cool harmonics, so we're going into this. Beautiful. It's very whimsical. I feel like some medieval minstrel at like a feast when I play this here. We go like this. 7th fret of the A to the 9th fret, to the 7th fret, to the 5th fret. So we got... When you get to that 5th fret, we have to hit our harmonic. Hit your harmonic on the 5th fret of the A. Now we'll follow it up. So we go 7 on the A, open G to the 6th on the G, and then the 7th fret of the D harmonic. Then we're gonna go like this. 9th fret A to the 11th fret of the D to the 12th fret. Open A, and then you have an open E, well, D, we have a drop D, the open string there, open E string, and the 9th fret of the A. So we want. Now here's where we're gonna play a run. 9th fret A again, to the 11th and the 12th, and we'll start walking backwards. 11, 9, 12 on the A, 10, 9 D, 12, 10, 9, and then we go to the 7th fret of the A and restart. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'll tell you one more part. I gotta break this into. They play Time Consumer like halfway through this thing. So we're gonna break this thing into 3 parts, and we're gonna reconvene on this after the holidays next week. I think we're gonna do some like acoustic Coheed Christmas stuff for next week. I have something planned. So we're gonna reconvene on 2113 on Claudio's solo in the final cut, part 2 of the final cut video in January. But this will give you enough to chew on for the time being. This part here. It gets heavy again right here. Claudio's going 3, 2, the F to the E on the D string. Then we go F, E, F, G, 3, 2, 3, 5, and then a pull off, 3, 2 on that D string, 5, A. The Travis's part, the harmony is gonna go. Similar here, 10, 9, 10, 9 on the B. 10, 9, 10, 12, and then we're gonna pull off from that 10th fret to the 9th fret to the 11th fret of the G. They're gonna cycle back to the whole. They're gonna do that part again and then back here. It's just a lot of jumping around between that D major and D minor. We are gonna leave it there. We'll do this. Start with all that Rush epic goodness next time. I'm so excited. Like I said, guys, next week, acoustic. Keep the requests coming. I still got a bunch. We're gonna do those part 2 of both of those videos. We got the acoustic video. Gonna do June song Provision. Lots and lots of requests, but keep them coming, guys. I have fun doing this, guys. Have a happy holidays. Shout out to Luis again, man. Thanks for being on the front line, dude. You're the best. See you next time, guys.